Hey guys, Donnie Sanchez here from mypgrentals.com, and today we're going to be talking to you about this new light from ONFORU LED Lights.com, coming up right after this. All right, let's get right into this. So I reached out to ONFORU LED Lights myself because I kept seeing their social media ads on Facebook and on Instagram all the time popping up on my feeds. And the pictures that they showed were so interesting. I was like, wow, I really want to learn more about these lights because I could see how it could be used in the television and film industry, even though they're not really made for that. They're made maybe more for either live events or around your house, things like that. But I could definitely see how it could be a big plus in our industry. So I reached out to them, and they were gracious enough to send me 2 lights. And we had them for a while, and we did some tests, which you'll see during the video. But I just want to tell you some positive things that I saw right away as soon as we took it out the box. First of all, the way the light is made. It's made out of die-cast aluminum. Is very, very built very well, especially for a light at this price point. You will not probably find another light like that. A lot of the other lights that you see in this price point, which are even a little bit more, are made out of plastic. They still work great, but they're not metal and they're not waterproof, which is a huge, huge, huge positive for this light. Not only that, the brightness of this light, okay? The brightness of this light, if I compare it to those of you that might use Astras or other LED lights. So we looked up the Astras, and the Astra lights are 524 or 528 foot candles, okay? This here is 1,800 foot candles, 3 times the amount of an Astra. And those of you that use Astra, is probably your go-to light, especially for if you do things like outdoor shoots, or if you do like quick run and gun stuff, or if you do live site stuff. Those are usually your go-to lights because they're battery operated, they're easy to travel with, they're easy to set up. But here's the downfall of them. One, even though they're bright, because that's our go-to light as well, but they're not waterproof. This is waterproof. So just think of this. You could add some diffusion in front of it. You can add silk in front of it, and it's going to give you triple the amount of light for a fraction of the price. Those of you that might have Astras. I keep saying Astras because that's usually our go-to light for outdoor stuff, especially for portability. But you could probably buy 25, 30 of these for one Astra light, okay? So that should tell you something right there. The price point and how it's made and being waterproof is a huge, huge plus. And I'm going to get into more things on how you can use them in our industry as well. But let me just show you. So on here on the back, like I said, you could tell it's not plastic. It's very hardened metal. But I know the way it's built. You could see this, the seal on how it's waterproof. And then this bracket that it comes with here, okay, the bracket that it comes here allows the light to go 180 degrees. Big plus, because that way you can use them if you have them on a grid, if you have them on the floor, you can use them as uplights. You can position them any way you want. Quick downfall on the bracket. It has 1/4-20 hole, but it's not threaded. Okay, so we kind of rigged it. We had light stands with 1/4-20, and we screwed it in, and then we put this little nut on top, okay, to make it work for us. That way you could have them on light stands, easy and portable to do what you got to do. And lightweight. Another good thing about this light is that you could stick all these in any traveling case. You could stick these in your suitcase if you're running out of space with other gear. They're so small and thin and compact the way they're made. I mean, just look. It doesn't take, I mean, your batteries take up more space than this. So that's another good thing. Going back to the bracket, another thing that you can do is if you get the studs, like this one, let me show you this one here. You can get these studs right here. So one end is 5/16, on the other end is 1/4 inch, right? And what you do is you stick it in there, and you see we put this little nut on top to keep it in there because it's not threaded on the bracket. Then if you get your monitor holder here, okay, put it in your monitor holder here, right? And then just tighten it up. Then you can stick this on any light stand you have. You don't need to have a light stand with a quarter 20 on it. So if you don't have these, try to find these monitor stand or monitor bracket holders. We have several of them that we use them on our mag liners, and look at how it improves this light. Moving on, another positive thing about this light. So it has 16 colors that you can use and 4 different modes. Now, this is the remote it comes with right here, okay? And on the remote, it has how you make it brighter and the intensity lower. You have the on and off. You have a flash mode and fade mode. Then you'll also see how it has a 2H and a 6H. Now, the 2H just means that once you have a setting and once you press 2H, it'll run that setting for 2 hours. Same for the 6H. If you want it to run even longer, 6 hours, you press that and it'll run it. Now, if you keep looking, look at all the colors that it has. Red, green, blue, right? RGB. Your white, which is has a true white. You have your magentas. You have another set of green. You have pink, you have purple, and you have 2 different blues. All right, so on the dimmable part, I'm glad that it gives you the option to dim the light, but I just don't like the way it does it. And I'll tell you why, because it has several steps that it dims down, so you actually see it dimming like step, 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 step. It's not a fader or a knob that as you dim it down, it's nice and smooth. So let's say if you're shooting and you want to dim down the light, you won't be able to do it because you're going to see it transition from one to the other. That's one of the negatives that I see about this light. And the other negative is, I'm going to show you guys something here real quick. You come here, so this is the AC cord they bring for it. So if you look, this is 3.28 feet. For me, I mean, like, you guys can't tell here, but the way we have it here, we have an extension going to it. And either make it longer, okay, so that it will be able to be used. I mean, I could even see if you put it outside, you would need all different size of AC cords. And it has the ground, so you definitely need a 3-prong Edison cable as well, which is fine for grounding, especially being in water. You don't want to get shocked or anything. But what I would love, and I'm sure they don't do it because maybe one being waterproof and everything like that, but I would love it if they made it portable with either batteries, with like 970 Sony batteries or something like that with a battery plate on the back. That would be amazing, because now you're definitely bringing portability to it and you can stick it anywhere. One of the ways that I will probably use it myself, so I did a shoot a few weeks ago and I was working with some tube lights. Fell in love with them. Fell in love with the tube lights right away. I loved it that it had a remote. You put it on, you could be up to, I was probably 100 feet away. Now this one doesn't work 100 feet away, but you could go and just change it and it changed the colors. I mean, when you're looking at a shot and your camera's far away and you're dressing the background with lighting and everything like that, I mean, just to have that convenience that you could look at a monitor, oh, I don't like that color, I don't like that color, and go through or raise it up and lower the intensity of the light. And you could do it from near the camera instead of walking back and forth. I mean, these are ways that you could easily use these lights in the television and film industry, especially if you're an indie filmmaker or DIY filmmaker, or you're doing something on no budget. I mean, these lights will go a long way, giving you RGB, giving you white, giving you different modes that you can use at a fraction of the cost, okay? A fraction of the cost. That's why definitely favor these lights, and that's actually why I contacted the company to see if they could send us some so we could actually look at them and really test them out to see if they were as good as they were showing on social media. If you look on some of the social media ads, I loved how they had, they were like in a ballroom setting or a live event on a hall, and they used them as uplights to really decorate the whole room. And for you guys that know, I mean, lighting is everything. Lighting sets the mood. It could definitely dress up whatever you're trying to do with different colors. You know, one more thing that you guys might be looking at the light and you might be saying like, well, Donnie, there's no barn doors or you can't really focus the light or do anything like that. True, but it doesn't mean there's no workaround either. What we did was we just took some black wrap and we just wrapped it around the light. And you know what, black wrap, you could use it as barn doors and to cut off excess light wherever it's spilling off at easily. So that's a quick, cheap way to focus light where you want it to go and how you want it to look. All right, so now I want to get into the modes that the lights have. But instead of explaining, I want to show you while we talk about it as well. So you'll see here that we put the lights in flash mode. And what we did was we put the lights to go through all the spectrum of the colors that it has so you could see it. Then on top of that, we also put it in slow mode so you could show you the slowest that it can go through the flash mode, the speed of it, and how fast it can go. So how slow it can go and how fast it can go. And you can see right here on the screen. And then we went on to the fade mode and we did the same thing. And I like it that you can put the lights to go very slow because you could always determine the mood of the room with the colors that you put on and how fast they're going. So let's say like during dinner or whatever, you want anything to slow down, like you could have it go fading through different colors and have it go super slow and have it go fast. So with just those two modes, I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do. So definitely try it out, test it out, and see what works best for you. All right, guys, so I hope you really enjoyed the video. If you like the lights, make sure to check out their website on ONFORULED.com. Like I said, I really am happy with them. And if you found this video informative, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember to hit the little gray bell. That way you'll be informed when we put out a new video. And remember, IPGRentals.com, our gear, your vision.